Says wreck.
Yes. Beep, 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 beep. Animal control, animal control. We're we're doing interviews for our YouTube channel, Starch TV. Do you think we can interview?
Sure.
So, on a daily basis, what do you use this truck for?
We pick up sick and injured animals and also animals that have gotten lost. We scan animals, like domestic animals, like cats and dogs that are lost. Sometimes they'll have microchips that tell us who their owners are.
So, if Stan was lost, they would put him in the cage, and then once they want to use their tracking chip, there's this like little glass circle that they put around their shoulder blade, and then they use the test, and then if they hover over it, they tell it a number, and they put it on the computer, and then they find out who the actual owner is of the dog.
So say Stan's not being very nice.
What is she saying?
Okay. So if Stan wasn't being very nice and I needed to keep myself safe, say he's right here, I could put the catch pole over Stan, so that way if he wanted to bite me, he would bite the pole and not me. And it just goes over his neck just like a leash, and then I could safely put Stan in the truck. See? Yeah. We also have snake tongs, so sometimes we get rattlesnake calls that rattlesnakes are on people's property and they don't want to get bit by them, right? So the snake tongs we use to pick up the snake and safely confine it in the snake bucket. So we put it in there and then we close the lid on it.
It weighs about 27,000 pounds, and it can hold about 30,000 pounds worth of debris. That's 15 tons. So we could probably put about 15 of those cars in the back of this truck and take it to the dump.
Is there any specialties to it?
You have to have a special license because it's such a heavy truck. You have to have a special Class B license.
I see. So can we take a look in the inside?
Sure. It's a push-button transmission. We got to engage the PTO before we dump it. It's got a gate latch. Undo the gate latch, and then you engage the PTO and raise the bed, and everything will slide out of the back.
This one came from the National Guard in Texas. Well, it's made for towing a tank or another big truck. Like if that truck, this thing here broke down, it could tow it.
Can it tow a Humvee?
It can easily tow a Humvee. Easily. It's got some chain. It's got a winch here. This is a winch. See this roll of cables right there? So that's so you could attach a cable like this big thing and attach it to a Humvee or something that broke down and can tow it.
This is the inside of the truck and there's no frills in it.
Whoa.
Well, on a daily basis, the Sheriff's Office, we serve the community. We answer calls. Anything that comes up, anything from noise complaints to burglaries, we handle. So every day is different. Our truck will have Crown Victoria right here. This is my car. As you can see, it's got what we call license plate readers on the top, which is kind of new. It's cool. So when I pass by vehicles, it reads the license plate. If they come up stolen, we know to pull them over. We can get the car back. If you want to look on the inside, you can see my radio, our weapons, everything that we have in it that we need on a daily basis. Our office is inside this vehicle, everything we need every day. Anytime we get dispatch for calls, or if there's something that happens They send it to my computer, and it tells me where to go, how to get there, and it tells me the details of the call.
What is that?
Which one? This? That's a body camera.
That's so cool.
So any call I go to, it records the entire contact. So, yep.
Good. Do you think it's possible if we can interview you?
Absolutely.
Okay, then tell us about your truck.
So A&P Shredding shreds all kind of documents that are paper related, and so all the documents go right inside here. We can shred papers that have staples as well as paper clips. Shred on no plastics and certain kinds of metals. Paper clips are fine and staples are fine. Yeah, thank you. Here we go. We're gonna lift the bin up.
Okay.
So the bin's gonna go up there. And then you can see it coming up right here as well. So there's the bin right there. Oh, perfect. We have some shredding.
So on a daily basis, what do you do with this truck?
Well, this is a Wildland truck. So this one doesn't have the ladders on it, but this one goes into the Wildland fires.
Are there any specialties to this truck?
Well, it's got all the tools on it, so it's got a lot of hand tools, a lot of specialties.
Careful,
We've got all the hoses, so the hoses attached to the truck
Careful, the sign.
that we can put out all the Wildland fires.
And what are those mechanisms right over there?
Which ones are we looking at?
Yeah, it's awesome.
So those are all the pressure gauges and how much water is going to be coming out of there.
It's coming waves.
But a lot of water is going to be coming from these trucks.
How much water can this truck hold?
This truck holds,
How much water does it hold?
yeah,
A lot of water.
a lot of gallons.
A lot of gallons.
Do you know the specific number?
The specific number, I think it's 1,500 gallons.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
Hi. Is it okay if we ask you a few questions about your truck?
Yeah, go ahead.
On a daily basis, what do you do with this truck?
We tow a lot of vehicles that are broken down on the side of the road for AAA. This one is a 2016 flatbed. This is truck 2007. This is one of about 50 trucks that we have out on the road every day. This truck can load up a car and still tow another vehicle at the bottom end of the Stinger. You can tow two vehicles at the same time with this truck.
Could you maybe show us how the flatbed works?
Sure. So lever to move the bed back enough to clear it. Go up. Bring the bed down.
And what do these two levers do?
These two levers here, I'll have to put the bed down. So this lever is for the winch, to unwinch it down. Winch the car up on the bed. So you bring the bed back down. Bring the bed back in. So these two levers are for up and down for the back end of the truck to load up a vehicle. So you could go like that. So like that, you could grab these L-arms and the tires of the vehicle goes there. Put the L-arms there, load up the car. So you can have one on the bed and one down here on the bottom, dragging.
Thank you.
No problem. You have a great day.
This is just a track cart that we race on the weekends. It's 120 miles an hour in the straightaway and does about 65 in the turns.
Yeah.
Checkered flag is for when you cross the finish line. The white flag tells you it's the last lap. Yellow flag's the caution flag. Black flag is when you have to remove somebody off the track.
Tell me about the engine.
How does the engine work?
This is just a single cylinder, two-stroke IAMS engine, very fuel efficient, very powerful. It'll tack out to about 16,000 RPMs, and you can go 0 to 120 in about 6.5 seconds.
Thanks.
So let's say there's a fire. We go out and we might feed the firemen. So if you see in there, there's big containers, we call them Cambros. So we put food in there, we might go out and feed the firemen. Now if there's a big disaster, remember Santa Rosa, right? We'd go to auditoriums or community centers, and we'd open up a shelter. And people would sleep in there. We bring cots, we bring the blankets, and we bring food, and we feed everybody. All this is for free. It looks like an ambulance, but we don't use it as an ambulance. But all these red Cambros are called, we would put food in there. We'd keep them hot. It'll keep food hot for quite a long time. In the back, there's coffee, hot water, so we'd feed people. That's a radio, so we can communicate on the radio in case all the phone towers went down. We can communicate on the radios to our fellow Red Cross people. We give out waters. This is just for a small, say 2 houses or a house. We'd come out and help that one person. We give them a voucher to go to a hotel because they might not have their credit cards with them, right, when they first get out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nice talking with you guys.
Box over there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we work at schools, work with homeschoolers, individuals, called the Mobile Maker Club.
Mobile Maker Club, okay.
Got it. And we have some activities today. We're doing solar spin art, and so the kids have an opportunity, as you can see here. They're doing some creative art using the sun as the energy to spin the little disc around. And then over here, we're doing these wonderful activities such as the frog jumper, right? These robotic arms.
Yeah.
It's the crab, the crazy crab, right?
Yeah.
Right, that's your instrument that you made.
That's right.
You were working on.
Yeah.
Still in the process. This is so this turns
Gumball machine.
Gumball machine, exactly. So you can have a gumball if you put your hand out.
Jelly beans.
And this beatbox is going to be played by the garage band class, and this is the front of it. And then it has a special snare that goes inside. It'll be an adjustable snare that'll go on this box, so you can, right? That's my website and my logo there.